We can go ahead and get started here on the how to set up a Apex Trader account with TradingView so we can trade these setups. So what I wanted to cover first on Apex here. So what is a prop firm? Like let's say we're looking at getting a 50K account in here. Like what does it mean when we're doing 50K? So when we're doing a valuation account here, to get funded, we have to hit a profit goal of 3,000. And our trailing drawdown is 2,500. So we have a trailing drawdown going on us. Let's say we go up 3,000 and come down to 1,500. That's our trailing drawdown basis off that high point. So when we're trading our evaluations, we want to keep tight bracket orders, tight stops, tight profit targets until we hit that profit goal of 3K. Once it's funded, it's different. There's no trailing drawdown, no drawdown. We just trade based off the account. But starting out, we're going to be doing bracket orders, probably using micros. You can do 10 ES contracts, but your drawdown is going to be crazy. What a lot of people do sometimes just to get, since you can pass in one day, they just do max 10 contracts. I either hit the trade in one target or I don't. But I think the way I'm going to do it set up, we're just going to trade how we normally trade the GZs until we hit that profit goal, where it will then switch to a funded account. That teaches better management compared to just going all in with 10 contracts to hit 3K and then starting fresh with the funded account. So how it works with the funded account, once we get funded, here's the rules right here for Apex. You receive 100% of the first 25,000 your account makes. And then after that, you split 90-10. Like you keep 90%, they keep 10%. So a new thing they just did was they're allowing 2 payouts per month at any time. Previously, you had to wait till the end of the month to request a payout. Now you can request a payout anytime after those 7 days of trading have come up. So going off this, so after our eval, let's say we're taking our GZ setups and we're making 200 a day. If we do that for 7 days straight, then we can request a payout there, which would be about 1,400 if we're targeting 200 a day for 7 days with Apex here. Why I want to do this now is there's been a lot of setups we've been looking for, like on QQQ, like a morning reversal off like 10 a.m., but we can't take that trade up to that resistance because our premiums are too high. So if we're looking for one of these kind of reversals that comes in, let's say we want to take an entry off like a break of structure here on this impulse candle, trade it up to that resistance with our stop here. Like this is nice risk to reward here, but we can't take this with options in the morning because our account's too low, premiums are too high. And then when we're consolidating flat, we're just getting thetaed. So with futures here, it's just level to level. You get your points up and points down, and we can use these standard risk practices without having to deal with theta here. Be able to take morning trades instead of waiting till the afternoon where it's a little bit more volatile and easier to get stopped out of, which I'll be doing this pretty much every day, these kind of trades until probably VIX comes back down. Once VIX is back down in the 20, we can still take them, but I'm going to focus more on just purely directional options when we have that set up where 0.3 delta gives us contracts around 20. So going into Apex, the account I would choose, there's different ones, 25, 50, 100K, 150, 250. I really like this 50K here because it's your profit goal is 3,000 and your trailing drawdown is 2,500. So you got a lot of room on it. So like a 25K is 1,500 to 1,500. Once you go bigger, your bigger profit goal has a smaller trailing drawdown, which makes it harder. Like they do big discounts on these 300Ks, 250Ks, 150Ks because these are the hardest to pass. Look at that. For a 300K, you need to make 20,000 and your trailing drawdown 7,500. Like just the math, it's a lot harder. Like if you have a system, you can do that, but it's best value, I think, is the 50K. Like do the 50 or 25 where it's almost 1-to-1. Even 100K can work too. So you have like a 50% drawdown there. But once you're going bigger, the drawdown's pretty too small. And if you're trading a 50, I'd rather trade like 4 50K accounts over one 300K just based off the risk here. So the plan we're selecting here is Tradovate. I just set up one today. Once you sign up with Tradovate, it says 167, but if you use the code CB, you get 80% off. It comes up to 33.40 for a 50K account. That's for the evaluation. Once you come in, log into the platform, you'll see like a platform like this. You'll see your active subscriptions, username, password here. What you're looking for is this Tradovate account where it shows your username and password. With that, you'll be able to come over here, trader.tradovate.com, and be able to sign into your account. So on your first sign in here, you'll probably have some agreements you have to click yes to, and then hit the access simulation button. So that's going to come in and load your actual account here. It'll show your 50K, your trailing drawdown here of 2,500. Once you're in here, this is kind of your trade station where you can set up buy and sell off this platform. Personally, like I know some people use this. I'm not a fan of using Tradovate. I don't like the UI on how it's set up. So what I do is before you get into TradingView, come over here to account settings and hit add-ons. And under add-ons, you're going to want to activate this TradingView add-on. Once this is activated, we'll be able to sign into Tradovate on TradingView and execute our trades right off TradingView. So that's the only one you need, this TradingView. Once that's active, we can come over, let's say we're on TradingView here. There's some buttons at the bottom. Click the trading panel button, and you should see like a bunch of brokers here. Look for the one that says Tradovate and just kind of log in with the same info there. And make sure it's under demo account. So with Apex, everything's going to be a demo account. It's not going to be live. Once you log in there, you'll be able to see your account balance. And then we're going to look at like tickers. So the cool thing with Trade, once you have this, we can actually see the real-time data coming in on the CME for ES, NQ. So what we're going to probably look at taking is MES, which is a micro on SPX, or MNQ, which is the micro on tech, like NDX. The reason I want to do that, like let's say MES here, let's say we click trade. We want to take like a entry here. Let's put in like a trend. Let's say we're trading the 5-minute, like where we're looking at that break of that wick. So if we go in here to place a trade, let me pull up the right one. Okay, here we go. MES. So when we go to place a trade on this, we see this consolidation, right? We're looking for an entry on like a break of that structure, and we're going to try to target the next level up here. And we can clearly see where we would want the stop at, right at that wick. So that's how we kind of set it up. We can draw in our trends here. Like we'd be watching this on options as well. Like clear trend here. We enter after this consolidation breaks and just target the next level up. So what we can do in here is actually set our buy on the break of that level, put our take profit right at that zone, and then put our stop loss right where we want it here. So we're risking, so with 5 units, we're targeting 1,000 profit. Our stop will be 631. I probably want to stop a little bit less, around like 400 here. So I'm looking probably, I'm going to adjust it like this just to keep it a little smaller. But we can see there, that's with 5 contracts. If we do 3 here, this is probably better, 678 with a $250 stop. I like this better with 3 units. We can just execute this trade right here, and it's not going to take an entry long until it breaks above that blue line. So when we draw on those like long positions here, we're taking our entry here, targeting that, and putting our stop there, and it's perfectly with price. So it's only going to stop out if it dips below. Then we can target that level above 3.0 risk to reward here. So we can just place this order in on Tradovate. It's just going to sit there and wait for us to take that trade. That's how I would kind of set this up here. Like you can look 1 unit, you get 226 profit, 131. You can up it. But this, while we're trading with that trailing drawdown, if we stop out here at 650, that's goes into our trailing drawdown. So now we have to take that 2,500 Now our trailing drawdown is 1900. So we do want to keep that a little tighter. So I'd probably use kind of 3 units or 2 units in here to target like a upper. So we're getting 487 profit here, 267 stop. And we can do this kind of for multiple trades. We can even set this up. Let's say this, we're looking for downside, right? We're looking at a higher time frame thing. Let's say we clear the chart here. We want an entry down in here. So what we could do is do the kind of same thing in here. We put our entry down in here, and then we put our take profit up there. Second level up, and then our stop like right below at that 0.618. So we're looking right in there like that. Let's say it's a tighter stop. Nice risk to reward there if it dips in. When we have this set, really we could just wait in here. So it ticks down once it's in, take our position, and then we don't have to even watch this. Like we can put that there if we want. So then our stop is 40 and we're taking profit at 345. Like if we want to, this setup here, I would do 5 units. That way it's $100 stop and we're targeting 862, that previous high above. And let's say it dips down in, immediately wicks back up. We're going to get our entry there on the uptick and it's going to trade up into that level, which makes it easy. We can just set these and just let the chart kind of do its thing. Once it dips in, if you see the wick, then it fills for you. If it doesn't, you've only stopped out for $100 loss and you can look for the next trade. With the $2,500 drawdown, like this, I would set every time in here. Just put it in, wait for that execution, leave that stop, 16 ticks, and we're targeting 138. Like really good risk to reward here. You could even maybe look at taking 10, doing 10 units here and do it. So it'd be a $200 stop, and our profit target at that previous high is 1700. So this is something I would look for if it dips down in. Like just set that, you have it right at that 0.618, just below. Good risk to reward in there. Tomorrow, we're going to look at setting one of these up. I'm not going to do anything today, but we'll look at setting one of these GZ setups up that gives really good risk to reward to the upside. And then let's say we take 2 of these, then we're already at our profit target of 2,500. You can see here, if you do 15 units, we would get that target, but like the stop 300, I think it's safer to do 10, like leave it at 200. And then we can take another trade compared to doing 15 and trying to get aggressive. Like we can always take multiple trades as well.
But how do we link this Tradovate to TradingView?
Same kind of thing if we look for like a break of structure. If we don't go in there and we get like a break of this kind of trend up that we were looking at. So break of the blue, we can still target there. Probably I would just leave like a $200 stop below if we're taking that trade. Gonna put our entry right at the blue, just put like a take profit up at the next level. And then a stop loss. If we're entering at the blue, I'd probably just leave it at like probably right around here. So I'd do less units. So it's about a 250 stop there when we're breaking, targeting that previous kind of resistance up here. So like 2 different setups we can put in, like a break of structure to the upside or one of the GZs below. And we just set it up like this every time. Just be careful, make sure with your stop, you're keeping it probably below like 300. Like since we have the $2,500 drawdown, if you have a $500 stop, you basically get maybe 3 or 4 trades max. With 250, you're getting a lot more trades you can use.
Chris, can we close the position early if we want? Like, let's say it's not going to hit our target, but we are still in the profit zone.
So you don't need any subscription for TradingView. With that, you get this real-time data is included with TradingView. So you should be able to just sign into Tradovate, and then it's going to give you all the real-time data for the indexes. You don't have to pay extra for that.
I see that. No, so I'm like on the right side where you say like the take profit is 198, right? So uh, let's say we are making some money, we are in the profit, but we're still away from the price target of.
Does anybody have any questions on how to set that up, how to set up the trades, or anything about Tradovate or Apex?
Chris, can you hear us on Zoom?
I don't think he can.
Yep. Sorry, I had my microphone was, or my speaker was off. If anybody said anything, now it's on. Like I didn't realize, but the speaker was off.
Yeah, Chris, I was asking like, so if we want to exit the position early, let's say we are making profits but not hit the zone, can we close the position earlier?
Yeah, so it's gonna show your position in here, and there's like a one-click button. You can just close it. Like this panel here will show your position. You can just, if you want to just close early, there's like one button. You just click right here, and it'll close for you, right on the
I
side.
see. Okay.
Chris, have you tried integrating this with Webull as well? I see there's like that's one of the options when you pick like the accounts to link within TradingView.
Yep. So with Webull, I know. Are you talking like this kind of prop firm trading style, like with futures?
Not necessarily with futures, but just like the normal trades that we take. It's just, like if I'm at work, I can pull up TradingView, but I can't pull up Webull, right? So I'm like on my phone on mobile trying to look at charts, listen to Discord, and use Webull all at the same time. It'd be kind of nice if I had that integration on TradingView, which I can pull up on my computer at work.
So I know, so this, I don't know if we can do options. I know shares you can do, like you can set it up with shares, but I'm not sure if you can do options on Webull, like with this kind of integration here.
Okay, thanks.
Just can you also explain how does it work? So once we have completed the evaluation phase, what is next?
So after you complete the evaluation, you're going to get like a notification in here. Congratulations. They're going to send you an email with like a certificate. And then it's going to ask you to sign up for a funded account. So the funded account, I know you pay $80 to have it. And I think that's for life. You basically get it for the lifetime of the account. You pay a fee. And now you have your funded account where you can keep making money on it as long as you don't blow up the account. Like if as long as you keep your risk parameters fine and don't blow up the account, you're going to keep that kind of forever, that price action account that they have. So once that's funded, you sign some agreements, like you agree with them that you're a trader, like you sign a few documents, and then they'll set you up in here. Like this will convert to like a PA account. And with the PA account, it's going to show you kind of same thing. The difference between the PA and the evaluation we have is you don't have that trailing drawdown. So like, let's say you have like the 50K PA. Once you get above like your profit, it sits there. So like, let's say you're at like 53,000, right? Now you're at 3K. If it gets down below zero, below 50K, it's going to close your account out. So as long as you stay above that threshold, you're going to keep the account. So with the good risk parameters, you'll be fine trading that as long as you don't take like something crazy and your account drops like 3K in one trade from oversizing. You're going to keep that account as long as it's above the threshold, and you don't have to worry about any kind of trailing drawdown as well, making it easier. So once you have more money, then it's going to give you a bigger tolerance. It does cut out though. Let's say you make 4,000 profit and then you request a withdrawal for 2K. Now your account goes back to 5,200. So you have 2,000 worth of like room back to that 50,000 mark.
Understood. So we can take out profits. If we make profits, we can take out that money, right?
Yeah, so let me pull up the FAQ here. There's a mention, let me pull up see if they have the exact rules for. So every 8 trading days, you can request a payout, basically like a week. So you trade for 8 days, you're in profit. Let's say you made $200 a day for 8 days. Now it's 1,600 up, right? So you can request a payout every 8 days, which is nice now because before you used to have to wait till the end of the month to request a payout. With these, so I know a couple people were asking, they said they've heard people that haven't been getting payouts and stuff. That's like somebody that takes a market order and just no plan, just lets it ride. Like let's say some data comes out, you just slap a market order and it just goes crazy. Like they don't want that. They want somebody who's like, I take this every time. Like my stops here, my take profits here, my brackets are here. You'll have no issues requesting a payout here. I've seen, I think the biggest payout somebody had was over 1.7 million. I think they were copy trading 20 accounts for a few months. Like they pay out, but just make sure you keep those parameters inside. If you just jump in off news and it just goes crazy, like that day where we had that massive move, I think some contracts went from 3 to 900. If you just jump in and they don't want to see that, they want you to get in and keep that kind of standard risk every time. But going in here, so you can request so once you're funded, that's when the 8 days start. Like when we're trading this as an evaluation, that we can't get any kind of payout on the valuation. They want to evaluate you to see that you can actually trade, get profits. Then once you're funded, that's when that kind of timer clocks. Now you have to do it for 8 days and can get a payout. They say they review them every 2 business days. It's usually pretty quick. You should have that within 2 days. With this kind of setup here, there's going to be no issue with the payouts there.
How long does it take to pass to get a funded account?
If we wanted to, so it says we can trade 100. We could pass in 1 day if we wanted to. Some people do this. They just keep buying accounts, doing the max contracts and then just trying to hit it in one trade. You can do that without any risk management to get to the funded, but I think the way we're going to do it, we're going to stick to our setup. We get it when we get it. Might take a couple trades, but that's how we're going to trade the funded account too. So if you wanted to, you could, let's say you're taking a breakout, you could just do the max 100 contracts and you only need 2,000, right? So you only need a small move, but if that goes against you, it's works both ways. You only need 20 ticks, but if you move 20 ticks down, you've just lost that account and you have to pay another $33 to restart. So some people do that, but I think we're going to stick to how we're going to trade the funded account and just trade that way. And once it passes, we'll keep doing the same thing.
So, Chris, who funds the account?
So this is from Apex Trader Funding. They've been around for several years now. I think they're one of the biggest prop firms around. I think since 2021, them and Top Step, those are probably the 2 that everybody uses. But it's not really funded. They're using paper. It's a demo account. So you're basically trading a paper account, but once it's funded, it's still going to be paper, but you can get paid for the trades there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all paper. So their business model is kind of since they have that 1 day to pass, they want people to oversize. Some of these, you should not be trading with a 50K account anywhere close to 10 contracts. Even ES, maybe 1 is a lot. 1 ES contract can wipe you out. So that's where their profit margins come in, by people sizing. They're trying to get a big payout, so they're just going in with a lot of size.
Chris, do they have a limit on the profit goals? I can't remember if it's Top Step or if it's Apex. You have to split it up. Isn't there some kind of rule where I know that the profit target is 3,000, but would we have to split it up into 1,500 in 2 days, like to pass it the fastest, I guess, would you say? Or is this different? You can pass it in a day. Like, aren't there parameters?
Okay,
They want
so
to see
with
that you're
yeah,
consistent.
Top Step, with Top Step, it has to be like two trades, right? You can't have one trade, you can't pass on one trade. They want that average of like if you
Oh,
make 3,000, like I know Top Step, it's like you need 3,000 to pass, but it can't be done in one trade. Like it's got to be split 50%. So you'd have to make two trades. But with Apex, it doesn't matter. You can do it in a single trade,
oh, that's
which
cool.
yeah, they like that because that's I think where they make most of their money is people just resetting their accounts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
you don't
They
pass,
want you
you pay
to.
30, yeah, you don't pass, you pay $30 to try again, kind of.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
So that
And
30
maybe
bucks is the monthly subscription for all the months, or
So
is
once
it is it
you're
just
funded,
for a month?
yeah,
Yeah,
so that's per month. It stays, I think I have it over here. Like it shows your billing there, like billing term
right.
3340. If you're still on your eval, it's gonna be 3340 the next month. Like it's just gonna stay there. But when you switch to funded, I think you can pay like it's like a one-time fee. It's like $80. You pay once and then you keep that account kind of till you're done with it, until it's over.
Okay. A one-time 80 bucks. Okay, not
Yeah,
bad.
it's either 80 or 120. I know sometimes they do deals on it where
Right.
it's okay, so lifetime, they say it's 130, but you can do monthly at 80. You can pick. I would just do the 80 because if there's no point if you want to make sure you're making profit, right? If you're making good profit, the 80 is
Mhm.
not much paying that, but you can
Yeah,
pick.
it's not much. Yeah, but you said it's a one-time or
They
the
they
monthly.
have a one-time lifetime for $130, or
Mm-hmm.
you can do $80 a month. So it's really your choice. If you know for sure you're not gonna blow the account, take the right trades, I would probably do the 130. But if you're just
Yeah,
starting out, just do the cheapest option. Like don't pay for the lifetime and then have something
right.
like you like forget to put a stop and then your account goes negative. Now you have to restart all over again from the eval.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
this, I may be wrong, but I think there's a requirement that you have to trade 7 days at least to pass the evaluation.
So they did change that. It's 1 day to pass is what
Oh,
it is.
okay.
Yep, just
Okay.
single day. Like they like that because then you get people just you with the resets, right? You try to pass. If you miss, you just pay 33.40 again. They make a lot of money off their people just resetting their accounts. Like even some of your bigger traders I've seen that have gotten like 500K payouts, they've paid probably 1 or 200K in evaluations alone. They just keep kind of reloading, stacking, trying to do like 20 at once till they get a big payout. That I wouldn't recommend. So you can copy trade 20 accounts, but stick with one to start. Once you have a system down, get a couple payouts, then add like another account. Use the payout money to increase to grab another account. But I would not start with like 20. Just start with one. Let's say you make 200, you can use some of that now to buy another eval if you want, if you have a system down. So I do see a question here. Why the 50K account? Why can't we go higher values? You can go if you want. Like they have the 300K, 250K, and 150K. That you pay 59.40 for those. But look at the trailing drawdown on these and the profit goal compared to the 50. Like 50, we only need 3K profit, and our drawdown is 2,500. If as you go higher, let's say 300K, you need a 20K profit and your drawdown is 7,500. Just like the parameters better here. Like if there's a reason they're discounting this 300K by a lot. It's because it's very hard to pass here, and then you pay more. You're paying like double what we pay for the 50.
So on the 50K account, I can see the profit goal is 3,000. So is it daily or
Just it's cumulative. So like once you're at 3K
oh,
profit on your account, now you can become
go to
funded.
funded account, right?
Yeah, so once that's 3K, like You could do it in 2 days. It could take
Mm-hmm.
a month. Just whenever you get to 3K now, you get the agreement to go funded after that.
Right. And once we are unfunded, is there any profit goal threshold, things like that, or
Yeah, let me pull that
is
out.
there
So like,
anywhere I couldn't see on the. Yeah, I saw like I mean I heard most of people would go to the funded, and that's where most of them would have to reset the count, and then because of the threshold, the trailing stop, all those stuff plays around and can backfire you. That's what I'm hearing from other people. So just want to make sure on this one.
so I'm going in. I know once you get over that kind of profit, the threshold, then it's like it's just the drawdown is based off that number there. Like it's you don't have a trailing drawdown once you're off the threshold. So once you hit that target 30,000, you're at 5,300, then you're accumulating kind of a bigger drawdown for your account. Is how that kind of works. But I do know once you withdraw money, it drops it back down. You see if I can see if they have like a graph in here that shows it.
I
So
think
basically,
yeah, sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so basically you just want to, build your profit up and build a cushion so that way you have, like don't take it all out at once. That way you have that, to fall back on, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so you're building up like a drawdown. Like once it's above 50K, then it's like profit. Let's say you're up
Yeah, like a
15.
pillow.
Now that's
Right.
your drawdown, and there's no trailing. Like you're up 1,500, it can go up, down. The trailing drawdown's there to kind of get people to risk more on the evaluations. Like once
Yeah.
you're in funded, you're fine there. But the one thing you have to look out for, once you withdraw profit, that cushion reduces. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
withdraw all the profit. Let's say you make like 2,000. You don't want to withdraw that whole 2,000, or you just removed your 2K drawdown. So like withdraw maybe like a couple hundred.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
So let's say unfunded account we would get 50,000 at first, right? So on a day one we make like $2,000, and day two, if the account goes back to 50,000 or less, we need to reset. So we should not go down 2,000 because we already had 2,000 the other day, right? So the account should not be less than 50,000, or else we would have to reset the account. Is that true?
Yep. So I'm looking in here. They have like I'll link this kind of.
Because
They have a
yeah,
video
few of the
explaining
prop
it.
firms I heard. I mean, I was going through a few months back, and then I saw some kind of those kind of rules. So on the funded account, you gotta have like 50,000, and if that goes somehow below the 50,000, then we probably have to reset it.
Okay.
We might
Yeah.
have some examples setting up here.
So basically, like when we get funded, you start with 50K, right? It has a max drawdown of 2,500, and it'll stop trailing that once you're above $100 profit. So once you're above $100 profit, that's your drawdown there, that 2,500, like 2,400. So it's just going to stop there. And then when you make more money, your drawdown kind of gets bigger there. So once you just have to make $100, and then it kind of gets rid of that trailing drawdown, and you're just basically trading based off your profits in there.
Chris, two questions. First, do you have to trade every day, or is it something you could do occasionally?
You can do, yeah, however, whenever you feel like it. They just want you to be consistent with your entry and take profits. Like you could do a trade today to tomorrow, and then maybe like wait till 2 weeks later and do a couple more. They just want 8 actual trading days of like making trades.
When you sign up, you can go through and there's a ton to read and figure out all the rules.
And then,
But, like-
Chris, second question, with this golden zone system that we're talking about here, setting these limits, like what do you expect like profit wise per day? Like what's your kind of target, I guess, with like a 50K funded account?
If we're taking this kind of setup here, like I basically want to make sure the stop's 250. So I'm just going to use the units where it's going to be close. Like let's say we do 2 units here. This setup here, like it's not as good as like the GZ back test, but like we'd be targeting that high. So like we're doing 2 units, 225 stop. We're targeting 500 profit on a break of that structure upside. So this would be like a potential trade we would take if it breaks the blue. So this one will be 500, but if we come in here and do like a GZ, let's say we're using this kind of 15-minute chart, and then we're looking for an entry here, we would put it like right around, let's say we're putting it inside the GZ in here. Take profit is going to be that previous high, and our stop loss is going to be right below 0.618. So here, if we want to increase it, let's say we want to use 250 drawdown, we could do like just where it's around there. So like 250 drawdown, and now our profit up here is at 1200. So it's like this setup with the GZ works really well with futures because we're always targeting that previous high. And if we do get that reversal in here, there's a higher probability of us hitting that. Like we don't need much to hit that level compared to like a break of structure going for like the tier 2 up here. So like this is one I would look for. Like maybe we make 1,000, just depends on like the setup we're looking at. And that one there to there is going to make less. The reason I put less units is because you probably want the stop a little bit lower compared to here. It just depends on the 2 different kind of setups we're taking. I'll see if I can find like a infograph that kind of like a nice info thing that shows all the kind of rules, the things to be careful about. Like the consistency rule is the big thing. Like just consistently taking the same kind of trades, the same profit targets for each kind of trade you're taking. Like if you're going for 2K, you want every trade to be similar around there. Like this, if we do 140 ticks, it's fine if it's like 900, like within like kind of 30%. They have a 30%, I think, consistency rule that you have to follow. But everything, let's see if it's in here. Consistency rule, we can see what the percentage is, kind of 30% consistency. So if we're doing like 1,200, we just look at like 30% of that, and that's ideally what we want to target for each trade. So like 840 to 1,200 would be like kind of the range is what we're looking for.
So Chris, what is the worst case scenario?
So on this, it would probably be, let's say you have your stop right at 250. If this happens 10 times with a 250 stop, then if you lose 10 trades in a row with the 250 stop, then we're out. Kind of, then you'll have to reset, do your evaluation again. So that would be the risk there. But I think with keeping it around that 200, 250 with the room upside, we have a lot better. Like if we're taking high quality kind of setups with the GZ, there's no theta, just level to level trading. That's really the downside there if we get 10 losing trades in a row. But I don't see that happening with the setups we're taking. Like I know with options, we've had some trades, they haven't gone well, but like with this, we're not getting stopped out. It's all purely based off price. There's no theta, no Greeks. Like that $200 stop is not there with prices going flat. It's all based off price levels.
And Chris, you will run this in parallel with the 2K challenge, right? So we are still doing the options trading as well.
Yeah, so this is basically while we're looking for options trades, we can just set these up and have them there just to execute while we're looking. Like I'm still going to be looking for QQQ like NDX, but like let's say there's something in the morning that we want to take like a pop up side around like 10 a.m., which with options and VIX where it's at, we can't take any contracts. We can take this trade with futures.
Got it.
Which you can trade these overnight, like 6 p.m. that goes all the way to 5 p.m. I'm not trading the overnight sessions. I'm only going to look during market hours. Like it's kind of boring, I think, trading the overnight. You don't get much movement. Like we could look at the GZ, it might just sit there for a while, like go flat. You don't have much volume in the overnight session. You can see here though, like let's say you can trade up to 10 of these contracts on NQ, but look how wide the amounts are compared to like the price. So like this small move up is 1500, but even the stop 700. So this is where a lot of people, it gets people like their accounts get blown because they're trading like one NQ or one ES where we go up here, it's 5,000 profit, but you're out, like your account's blown if you drop to here. Like the drawdown's too big. You only get like, if you take one NQ, let's say we put a stop at the wick, you lose 2 trades, you're almost close to blowing the account. So I do think that's why we're going to stick with micros, like the micro ES or MNQ, like the micro for NASDAQ here. Which they let you do 10 contracts too if you wanted to, which is pretty crazy. Like a move to here, 13,000 on 10 contracts, but if you have a $2,500 drawdown, look how close that is to where price is. Like, we can come in on like the 1 minute here. Like 2,500 is this close to where price is at. It's gonna get you, like, let's say you want to pass in one trade, you could just go for 10, but if it doesn't move your direction right away, one candle down will stop you out, just like that. That's not sustainable with like a 50K account like that. You can't have a drawdown like here of that's getting your account will get blown. So we're gonna do just $250 stop is what we're looking at on the 50K account.
Chris, would you mind telling the people in here the dollar amount move for every tick? I mean, I know the value, but maybe some of the people don't know. Like for every tick move, $2 in micro, and the NASDAQ would be $20, right?
Yeah, like 20. I know one of them is like 25. It's like just looking at it, but
25 is for ES, and $2.5 is for the micro ES. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, you can even see that like if we play around with like the take profit on there, like NQ I wouldn't even touch a single NQ with
yeah, that's too.
with like a 50K. Like you can see here, you can just put in like the take profit. Where is that? Let's just put like 100 here. Like 100 takes up, you're getting 1250 on here, like a stop loss. Even 25, you probably want like 20 ticks, but it's pretty close, like something like that. Like this is possible. Like we might be able to do one ES, but I'm gonna stick with the micros until we build like a cushion. And once we're funded and have like a bigger cushion, then we can trade like a one ES. But still no NQ. Like NQ, I think you need a lot bigger account to trade like a single NQ contract. Like here, this is like you can see here, like let's say we have a $250 sub, it's still kind of tight, like compared to taking MNQ. You got some room. Like you don't want to get in and then stopped out kind of right away.
Chris, for your first few trades, can you screenshot the take profit stop loss and put in the Discord so that just we can follow exactly?
Yeah, I can put in the like this whole kind of screen here, like how it's going to be set up. So we're probably going to have these set up beforehand. Like we just put in the trade,
Mhm.
stop is where the take profit is, and then we just like wait for it to fill. So I'll put in like the screen grab of everything there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Chris, do you think one time you could like just go live just to show us like, I mean, I've never traded futures. Like when we're actually, well, I guess you're live right now, right?
Yeah, so I'll be live tomorrow to
I've never
input.
joined live. This is my first time. So I'm like, do you do this often?
Yeah, no, normally every morning I think we'll have more trades. Like it's usually I've been waiting till around like one like lunchtime before I get on to look for options with VIX high. But here we'll be able to take some morning trades with futures, capitalize on that kind of it's usually around like 10:50. There's like a momentum move either up or down.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Chris, the email that we got from Apex Trader, it talks about Ninja Trader license. Do we need to do anything about that?
Ninja Trader, it's just like another platform you can use. Like it's similar, like we have TradingView here. If you use algos, like algorithmic, like create plans, like you can do that with Ninja Trader. I know people copy trade with Ninja, but that's something you don't need that. Like you just need the Tradovate, log into Tradovate, and then come in here to TradingView to set it up.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, on Ninja it's pretty tricky, especially if you have Mac. You have to install VM and then have to install that Ninja on your PC. So yeah, I use Ninja on the browser though, but it does not have these funded things. So blew a couple of accounts already. So
Yeah,
it's
I
very
really
risky
like
though. Yeah, future. Yeah, that's right.
I think
Okay.
like TradingView, it's just easy. It's so nice just because I use TradingView pretty much every day just to have it set up. Like you just we always put these, I've been putting these like long positions, like here's where we're targeting, here's our stop, where it's basically the same thing, but it's now in actual order. So it's like we're entering here, taking profit. It's basically just taking this long position and now everything's inputted into our futures trade and we just gonna wait for it. Let's see a question. The brackets would change to TP and stop loss as opposed to the dollar amount. I'm not 100% on where, but there's probably somewhere in the settings here, you can probably adjust that position. All right, here it is. Trading positions, profit and loss. You can do money takes our percentage. Here, if you hit the little gear at the top, you should be able to change that to what you want there. Brackets, profit and loss, you can pick between the three. Yeah, I like the money better because what we're really paying for is a drawdown when we buy this 50K account. Like we're basically paying for a $2,500 drawdown on our account. Pay for 3,000. Like so that's why I like having it money. So if I'm using a $2,500 drawdown, I probably want my stops around 200, 250 to give me better potential, more trades to take. Like compared to a $500 stop, we only get a few trades. 250, we get 10 trades kind of.
So Chris, have you gotten into the funded account? Not yet, right? We're just waiting.
Yeah, so this I have two funded accounts. I had like that was probably like a year ago. I kind of stopped trading them because I focused on options. It's when I'm like once we're zoned in with like VIX around 20, I don't even bother with futures. Like I'm just trading options. I like the directional moves, the GZ, but like while it's crazy volatile like this, I think it's a good time to
Yeah,
look at
no,
futures.
no. What I meant to say is, so we are trying the non-funded first, right? The eval. Um, then we move to the funded. That's the goal going on right for now. Because
Yeah, that's
I mean,
goal,
whoever
like
would
funded.
whoever would install the do the subscription, they would be on eval period, right? So are you on the eval same as us? Like, are we going parallelly? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I'm on the eval here at 50K
Mm-hmm.
balance. Just picked it up today. Like I just paid
Oh,
33.40,
okay.
so I'm all set. Like we're all gonna set the same thing. I'm not doing any trades here. I'm just kind of showing what we would do for the brackets. But tomorrow, like starting out fresh 50K eval.
So tomorrow, okay. So it's best for us to have the subscription ready and everything set up today by today, so that
Yeah,
we will be go parallelly, on the funded.
yeah, and I know. So when I set it up today, it was pretty much ready in 2 minutes. Like I went in and boom, the membership was already there. Login info. You might have to like agree to some things when you first log in, like for Tradovate, but it should be ready to go. Just once you get your sign-in information, come to Tradovate here. You can trade off this. I don't like this kind of platform. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of complicated. It doesn't give many options, but here you go in here to add-ons. Just click that, and then you'll be able to see everything that I have here on
On the TradingView.
TradingView.
So so to recap the setup, first we have to go to the FX Trading funding.com, and then have the pay the subscription. Then we will get some kind of a login, and then we go to Tradovate, and then sign up the account there. And once we sign up, then we will synchronize the setup the Tradovate account into the TradingView.
Yep, correct there. And once you do that, so like let's say you use the 50K. I know code CB, don't make sure you're not paying the full price, 167. So CB, that will give you the
Yeah,
discount.
33. Yeah, I can see 33 final amount.
So then once that's in, yeah, you'll probably get an email. They'll probably say like you in a few minutes we're setting up your account. It's usually pretty quick, like it's automated. And when you come in here, you should see under your dashboard right here your username and password. And that's when you go to the Tradovate website, first login, click like the agreements, simulation, and then you can do the add-ons to have it enabled for TradingView. If you try to go straight in here and sign in under what is it, Tradovate, like it's not gonna work. Like, and also make sure you're clicking demo and not live. Everything is demo. Even when you're funded, it's gonna be a demo account, not live data, or not like a live account. So this is real-time data. It's just like a paper account, what they.
Right.
Chris, do we need TradingView subscription or anything? Okay.
TradingView, I know you should be able to sign in with the free mode. Like you can use TradingView with the free. You just won't be able to use too many indicators. I think you only get like 2, and volume counts. So volume counts as an indicator. So you can use like the free version of TradingView. You just won't be like you can pick 2 indicators to use, and that's it, I think. 2 or 3. If you want, you can trade here, like on the Tradovate. They have a mobile app as well where you can set up brackets. Like the mobile app, I've traded mobile. You can trade it off ticks. I just like TradingView because you get that kind of visual in there, like a nice visual of where the stop is, where the take profit is. You see everything with the dollar amounts. But if you wanted to, you can use Tradovate or Ninja Trader or whichever kind of platform you prefer. Yep, so the payouts, they'll send you a 1099 at the end of the year. I'll show what I don't want to take a position on this account, but let me see if I can like take a position with paper one so that we can see, so I can show you where that kind of you can execute like the take profit is on that. Let's see. So if we're trading this, let's just say, let's put a buy here, like a take profit. Something like this. Let's see. Make sure I'm not logged into the Tradovate. So here it executed. This is going to show everything here. Right here is just a little close button. You can just click. So we have our take profit in here. You can like exit that, exit the stop if you want, or just close the position with the X here. So it's going to look like this when it executes that trade. And these levels you can kind of adjust. Let's say we start moving. You can move up your stop just like that by moving the line. And it's going to say modify. Yes. I want to take profit here. Just close position, closes, sells, executes there. So you can adjust these lines as you're trading, like just move it with price, which is nice. Like just smoothly off the chart. You don't even have to leave TradingView. Like you can just do everything there.
When you're moving the positions like that, does that go against the consistency thing, that the 30% consistency portion of what Tradovate's looking for?
So that, like, if you do move up the stop, like, I think that shouldn't affect you too much. Like, you're still keeping you're limiting your losses compared to there. So I think you should be fine moving up the stop. I'm probably not going to do that much. It's just going to be there. We buy here, the stop's here, the take profits there. Pretty much all my futures trades are like that. I usually don't move the stop up. Just wanted to kind of show that you can if you want. Like, let's say move your stop up to break even. If you move your stop up to break even every time, then you're going to pass the consistency rule because you're doing it every trade, right? So that's what they want to see.
Gotcha.
Just doing the same kind of thing every time.
Gotcha.
So I've done this. I'm using the desktop here. I haven't personally taken any trades on like mobile trading view, but I do think you can set it up to trade on mobile as well. But I like it easier just on the computer. So mobile has the kind of same thing. You can pull up, connect your broker. What you would want to do on mobile, I'm gonna share it in the market talk here. So like when you're on mobile here, if you click the buy and sell button, then you can connect the broker. And once you connect, then you should be able to connect in. So you log out, let's say you're just in there, hit the buy or sell button, and then you can scroll to Tradovate and do that too. So do the same thing on mobile. I thought about placing a trade. I don't want to start now like this. So I logged into this paper trading view thing to just show an example, but we'll set one up for tomorrow when we're looking and after market open. So if you have any questions about like how everything is set up, they have like a help desk FAQ. I would click the FAQ and that's gonna bring up pretty much everything you need to know. If you have any kind of question you're thinking, like just type it in this box, and if it's there, like you should be able to find something in there. If you don't see anything in there, you can actually contact the help desk and ask them questions as well. So here's like a article, new Tradovate account, kind of says like how to, like your first sign in, right? You get your username, passwords, like non-professional, kind of goes through. They have these kind of modules all throughout the FAQ on how to kind of set up the dashboard. What platforms can I use with the Tradovate account? NinjaTrader, Tradovate, web or mobile, and TradingView are the three things you can use. So here's kind of like a little thing we're talking the consistency rule. What Apex doesn't want, like gamblers, lucky traders, kind of work the system. So like jumping in, what they do want to see is entries, initial stops, take profits, trailing methods. So you can use a trailing kind of stop and exit. So they do like that. It shows in their system here. They want you to always have everything set. Your take profit is always the same. Your initial stop is there, your entry. But it does say in here you can trail. So you can do what we were talking about with moving your stop up with price. They do like that. It shows in their consistency rule here. Trading a system size days traded using good risk management. You can use Tradovate's platform. I just like, since I'm looking at the charts on TradingView, I want to do everything right off TradingView. And usually when I'm looking for options trades, I have the TradingView chart up the whole time. So we might as well make some extra money on these setups while we're looking for options trades.
Hello, Chris. Can you explain one more time how to, after logging in, how to go to TradingView? I just signed up.
Okay, so did you come in here on Tradovate and enable the TradingView add-on?
So how to go to this settings? Like,
So if you go to trader.tradovate.com or just Tradovate, you'll be able to log in with the same username and password that's showing in your membership.
okay,
And once you log in and go through the agreements here, it should bring you up to this page.
okay.
Let me see if I can. So here's like, I'll post this link in here on how to set it up with TradingView. They actually have an article here that shows everything you need to do in here.
Yeah, that will be great.
Yep. So if you try to log in to TradingView without enabling the add-on, this error is going to pop up. TradingView has not been entitled to access your account, which then they go through in this article and show you where you can activate the TradingView add-on. So this is an old video I'm looking at. You used to have to trade for 10 days to get a funded account. Now you can do it in a single day.
Hey, Chris, I did miss the first part of this this call. Where are you going to post the recording at?
So I'm recording on Zoom here, and I'm gonna upload it to YouTube and post it in the pinned messages.
Okay, thank you.
So here's what we were talking about earlier, like kind of that safety net, the drawdown you're doing with the price action account. So like for a 50K account, 2,500 drawdown, the safety net is 2,600. If your balance is 52,600, you can request a payout of $500. So they actually they want you to keep that safety net in. So like I was saying, like once you withdraw your money, your safety net kind of goes down, but they have like a condition in here. You have to have it above that safety net to request a profit. So once you're at 52,600, you can take a $500 payout, which will bring your safety net, like you're now back down to 52,100. So now it's 2,100 on your drawdown back to 50K. If you go below 50K, your account's done. Just know that, like if you're trading that 50K. And if you want to request a $1,200 payout, your balance needs to be at least 53,300. Also, once your account makes a $100 profit on the funded, then you don't have that trailing drawdown anymore. I'm gonna post kind of this article as well in here. It just talks about that's different from once we're funded. Like that's how the kind of the payouts work, that kind of safety net. A lot different than the eval, which has a 2,500 trailing drawdown working against you.
So in funded, we're still trading demo account. So there's a 90-10 split, right? After funded, we go live.
So the first 25,000, you get to keep 100%. And then after that, it's 90 to 10 split.
So after 25,000 withdrawn, we go to live account.
Okay. So they have discretion. They can decide. Like that's up to Apex. Like I haven't heard of many like one trader that's been live, but a lot of times they keep it. Like what they do is if you're very successful with the demo, they'll copy your trades in a live account. But a lot of I haven't seen many people push to live. Like I think what they do is they just copy the traders, less risk that way compared to like a trader. Just I think people's mindsets change. Like demo account versus live, it's you think like here we're trading demo, right? It's not real money, so it's our mental is a lot more clear compared to like a live account where you have real money on the line. Even though we're paying like for the action, but it's like psychology wise, it's I think a lot easier to trade the demo account because you assume it's not real.
Right. After like many of the good trades, nobody wants to split their profit, right? So yeah, people will stick on the demo account, and if they have to switch, they will have their own fund and maybe trade on Ninja Trader or TradingView or Thinkorswim.
Which I know like Top Step pushes a lot of traders to live, but I think Apex, their business model, I mean, you even read this in here, like they want people buying like a bunch of accounts to try to go for those big payouts. I was reading in here, I think they're like, if you have 20 accounts, you can make this amount. Like they're trying to push people to pay for more accounts because they know your odds of being able to hit that $40,000 payout like here is very tough, I think. Like if you can suppose you have 10 50K accounts, you can withdraw 2K from each account every 8 days for a total of 20K across all accounts. If you repeat this process 16 days, you could withdraw 40,000. This gives not a pretty bad mindset. This is gonna want people like, oh, I can make this much if I hit 2K a day. That's on a 50K account. That's you need a lot, right, for 2K, like on the trade to do that consistently. Like it's better, I think, to shoot for smaller targets, but like that's why they kind of toss that out there, how much you can make. But I think that's pretty tough doing 2K every day on a 50K account.
Yeah.
Which you see there, I've seen some traders on X, they do that where they do 20 accounts, right? They just keep going and then they're going for that big payout. But you make one mistake, don't have your stop set up right, you're gonna have to restart kind of. And if you're doing that, if you got to do that 16 times in a row, like 2K, the odds of making a mistake are a lot higher.
Actually, I tried to log in using Tradovate.com, but it says like it is not allowing me to log in through that to connect to TradingView.
So when you go to trader.tradovate, did it give it the, let's see.
On that there was a login, so I tried logging in.
Did it give you this screen here, like where
Yes.
you logged in with your Apex? It wasn't working when you hit login?
Yes.
It might, when did you place the order?
Or just now.
It might take maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Like maybe I would try in like 30 minutes
Oh, okay.
and check. Like it might not be right away. So mine, I've had my account before, so I thought it was instant because I've already had the account, but it might take a little while to set up for the first login.
Okay, I will try afterwards.
Yeah, maybe I'll probably try like 1 hour from now and see. Or sometimes they'll send you an email saying your account is ready to go.
Mhm.
And the username and password is different as well. So you get the username and password. It is not your email address.
Okay, then it's do you have to log into app?
Yep, so that you'll see on your membership page, it should show your username and password there for Tradovate once it's set up. So like it might show it there, but Tradovate might not have it in the system yet if you just did it. Like I maybe give it like an hour wait. I know when I first did mine, I think they sent me an email saying your account will be ready in like 45 minutes, and then I got another email saying that the account was ready to go.
Yeah, mine was set up in 5 minutes.
5 minutes. So maybe check like 10 minutes from now. If it's not in there, then I would try to submit maybe a support ticket or something, or ask them. Like I know, so they're contact us. I think if you email, like nothing really goes out, but I think you can log in here and submit a support ticket, and somebody usually always checks those. So here's one thing they don't like in here. Reading will disqualify traders to attempt to manipulate the system by using large contract size early followed by smaller sizes. So basically, like let's say you make 100K off some crazy trade. If you just come in for the next week and trade one micro, they don't want to see that. Like they want you taking the same kind of trade every time. That's the big thing. Like how we're setting these up with the brackets, we're gonna have no issues with requesting a payout because we're trading the same system every time, and looking at we can move up our stops, and that's within their consistency rule. Which we'll probably be doing that as well. So once our trade goes green, we're gonna move our stop up to kind of break even. Even if it stops out, like that's, and we get like $1,200 on our next profit, it's still within the consistency rule as long as we always raise our stop up to break even every time once it's in profit. I have to go in about 5 minutes. Do we have any other last questions about?
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, to trade futures, we need a margin account, right? This is kind of a dummy account.
So this with futures, it's just it's just a paper account. So we're just like paper trading the micro, like the E-mini like contracts here. Like there's, if you wanted to trade futures yourself, there's a huge margin like requirement. So if we wanted to trade one NQ, it would be, let me see if I can pull up the margin requirement. I think it's about 25K. So the initial margin you need is 24,420 just to trade
Yeah,
a
yeah,
single.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
that's
then how it works, this one? If it is just this is a paper trading, not the real trading.
yeah, it's paper trading, but the prop firm pays you for performance. Like you can get paid for making money off the paper trades.
Oh, okay. So our liability is just whatever the trade amount we put, that's only the liability, right?
So there, you just need to have like this, like the Apex, the 3340 gets you the account. Like you don't have to put any kind of money into that.
We don't have, or we have to put the money.
You don't have to put any money into it. So the 3340 you pay gets you set up with the 50K account, like the evaluation.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So, Chris, after evaluation, we need to pay that fund initial $3,000 to start.
What's that?
So after we complete the evaluation, right? So so what is the minimum amount we need to fund?
So to do funded, I think it's about like, I think it's I was looking Tradovate $105 to activate the funded account, and then you're set to receive payouts after 8 trading days.
We may need to fund initial amount, right? So minimum amount, something.
Yeah, so no, you won't need to fund anything like once. So when you become funded, you pay, I was looking, it's $105 to activate the funded account. And now
Okay.
you're still trading. It's funded, but now it's 50K. And now you take the same setups to earn profit. Like it's the same thing as the eval. You're just trading. They want you to be able to pass the eval first, but it's the same kind of setup. It's 50,000. You have a $2,500 drawdown, but once it's funded, once you get above 100, that trailing drawdown is gone. Now it's just 2,500.
Actually, I did on wealth chart by mistake instead of Tradovate. So that's why it was not showing me, I think.
You said the rhythmic?
I did it on wealth chart.
Wealth charts, I
Yeah.
tried their platform. It was a little confusing to me. Let's see.
And can we connect from there to TradingView?
I don't think they have for wealth charts, but I'm looking.
Is it possible to cancel it?
I would reach out to the support and see if they can switch it. Say it's your first time setting up an account and you click the wrong one to do Tradovate and see if they can switch it for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can try that.
Yeah, so I tried the wealth charts platform. It was a little confusing to me. Like they were giving out accounts to test it, but I didn't like that platform too much. I think Rhythmic you can use, but they're kind of old fashioned. But Tradovate just the best where you can link that directly with TradingView. I think they're the only ones you can link with TradingView. If anybody has any other questions, I'll be in the Discord to answer them there. I gotta head out here and make sure to look at the FAQ here. If you have anything like related to Apex, you should be able to search. They have a lot of good documentation pretty much for anything you need to know in the knowledge base here. And I'll see everybody before open tomorrow. We'll get set up for either a MES, which is micro S&P, or a MNQ for tech, whichever is stronger. So if we see Spire, QQQ, whichever one's stronger, that's the GZ setup we want to look for.
There's one last question. In TradingView, is there a way to export this template view and then I can have the similar kind of view?
So like, are you talking the TradingView, like the
Yeah,
chart setup?
right.
Yep. So let me see if there's a way. Let's see. So if you come here to tradingview.com and then click on my profile here, I'll post the link in there. When you see these charts here, there should be a little button next to the chart, like a three circles. If you click it, there should be a button that says kind of make it mine. And you should be able to, it'll copy over the chart for you. Let's just go to like a random person. So there's, where is it? Okay, grab this chart maybe. There used to be a button here that was make it mine. I'm not sure where it went, but it used to be right here, like a little button. see if we can. I'll see if I can find where they changed it to, but it used to be right on the profile page, like a little button. It just says make it mine.